Hello! I forgot to record opening to this video, but if you clicked on the video, you know this is about making my Pearl Halloween costume. And starting off, I used this butterick pattern that I filmed extensively, but I'm going to be making a few adjustments to it. But if you'd like to make your own Pearl costume, I would recommend using this pattern. And the first modification I did was altering the sleeves. Now, the sleeves weren't wide enough at the top, so I just made a massive line down the middle of the sleeve pattern after I copied it, made a little dot in the middle to mark the center, cut both sides, and then at the center I folded the two bottom halves of the sleeves over each other and taped them so I would have extra room at the top, as you can see here. And something that's also very important to do is to measure the bottom of the sleeve to make sure it fits over the widest point of the elbow when you're bending your elbow, because that's where the end of the sleeve is going to end up. It's not going to be a traditional sleeve, as pearls are pushed up to have her murderous look about her. Another alteration I did was moving the center front opening to the back. So what that consisted of was me taking the front bodice and shortening it to fold on the center front line, and then adding what I took out to the back of the bodice, and that continues for the skirt. Although I didn't make the skirt a full open, which it does in the pattern where it goes all the way to the bottom of the skirt, I didn't think I needed that, so I just only did it at the top of the skirt. And as you can see here, I took out a little bit of the bottom of the skirt. I took about 5 inches out to make her bottom ruffle, but honestly, I would do this more, so maybe like 8 inches long. And with all that complicated stuff out of the way, we can get into the decorations. I used 3 different types of laces for this outfit. I started out by planning where the center front and the sides would end. Then I ended up pinning everything where I wanted it to go, and I did a combination of hand sewing and sewing down with the machine. I wanted to get all the ruffles down because hers doesn't have that extra volume in the front, and I wanted it to be as close as the trailer images that I could get at the time. And this would be a good time to mention that I did this before the movie came out, so this is not 100% accurate, screen accurate costume. She does have a bow in the back I didn't add. This is just the collar right here. And that's the center back. I ended up constructing this in a fairly modern way with attaching the shoulder seams together first. Then I ruched a little bit of the collar there, because I ended up making the center of the collar a bit bigger, and I realized I did not add the extra length to the width of the collar. So I ended up just attaching that normally, and then I hand sewed down the front to give it that really nice clean look. I actually forgot to show this, but I did attach the collar with 2 hooks and eyes and a snap. You just kind of do where you want to fit your neck, essentially. I ended up gathering the top of the sleeves after I sewed the sleeves together. And then I set those in the arm like this. And then that's kind of what the sleeves are going to look like. I ended up turning over the hem for the sleeves. And then this is also an important alteration. You're going to measure under your armpit to where your elbow is. And then you're going to do the same with the upper arm of where the bodice hits. You're going to measure to where that goes to your elbow. And then you're going to cut a bit of elastic a little bit shorter than that. And then you're going to end up attaching that elastic to the inside of the sleeves in these 2 places that you can see here. And then I ended up kind of sandwiching them between both the layers of the fabric, so it wouldn't be too bulky or noticeable from the outside of the costume. And I just did this as a little trick so I didn't have to end up hand gathering the sleeves. Okay, ended up not really filming this This is the belt. I messed up a little bit and I had to undo part of my sewing, but it ended up working anyway. The skirt I did not show very much of, but I'm basically keeping it flat in the front and I'm gathering it towards where the lace ends on the front of the bodice, as you can see here. I ended up making a ruffle, pretty standard, nothing too fancy, so I didn't bother recording it. But I ended up using these big flat buttons, similar to what I saw in her costume. I ended up putting a hook and eye on the skirt belt flap thing, and then those are the buttons I ended up sewing to the front to look like hers. And that's pretty much how I made the dress. Now for the makeup. Okay, so I'm gonna try to show you the makeup part of this. And I'm not a makeup professional by any stretch of imagination, so I'm using my hands for a lot of this. Because I wash my hands more than I wash brushes, so that's just kind of how I do it on myself, so I think it's fine. Oh, I forgot to tie my hair. Oh, I forgot to show you. This is working. Makeup guru? Okay. Using this for most of the eyebrows, so I'm gonna start with the little, ooh, come on, get out. Okay, the little spoolie thing, it looks disgusting, but this is the only thing I use it for. So I'm just gonna comb it in the little thing. I would show you it, but okay, I can't show you it. I don't want the reflection to show my terrible, messy room. And I have a mirror to the side of me, so I'm just going to be looking at that while I do this, because otherwise I will not be able to see anything that I'm doing, and that's kind of important when you're doing makeup. I look deranged while doing this, and a little bit after, but I guess that fits the character. Great. Using this little thing, then I'm using the same old stuff and putting my eyebrows on. And if you're wondering, no, this does not dry. I thought it would, like a normal person would think this would dry. Oh my god, I got hair in it. Okay. Like a normal person would think this would dry, but nope, this is like wet forever. And I got the tissues, so I'm gonna try to make this a little less wet. And now I'm gonna put on this, the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation in shade 301 Classic Ivory. I probably should get a new one, but like I'm gonna spend money on makeup when I already have makeup. I feel like this helps give it more of the Mia Goth bleached look there. This is probably worse because I'm on camera and I'm not like looking at it really close up. I know people have done this successfully, but I don't think I'm one of those people. Okay, now I take my makeup wipe and then I wipe off the excess here. Then I just kind of dab it on the spots where I'm like, oh, it needs to fade a little bit. This is like the third time I've done these. And I feel like they don't get better. They always look like the same. They always still look like my eyebrows are just like covered up or are like lighter. But I don't know. It's an improvement from like my normal like dark eyebrows, since I have dark hair. And then from a distance it kind of gives the illusion that I don't have eyebrows, but to me I always see them. I feel like that's a little okay. Yes, yes, no, not at all, okay. Again, they are like wet. They are wet eyebrows, so don't touch them. I tried setting it with like this, which is like the HD powder that I use for like my face, but I don't even know if that really is doing anything. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Now I'm gonna take the same makeup foundation and put it by my eyebrows to kind of blend it more into my skin. I think this is looking pretty good. And I'm just gonna cover up most of my face with this. The only parts I'm really not gonna cover is like a little bit of my cheeks, because I'm just gonna put blush there anyway. Powdered my face with the HD powder. And now here's the fun part. So what I'm gonna do is add a bit more color to my face, because I feel like she's got a lot of pink going on there. So I'm just using the Stranger Things MAC palette, but it doesn't really matter what you use because you just need like a peach color. So I'm just gonna use this one, and then I'm just putting it a little bit on the outer corner of my eye. I like to build it a little bit and then like blend it out. And I also like to put the pink just like right here on my cheeks, so I do this. I did too much! Because we want to look more young. So you're going to put it lower. You're not going to do the like snatched. You're going to put it really low on your face. And then try to cover it up because you messed up. But on the tip of my nose here, to make me look a bit more like childlike, a bit more younger. So I feel like she has that like youthful look. Then I'm going to take the brown here, and then I'm going to put a little bit on both the corners of my eyes, so like a little there and a little here in the inner corner, to make my eyes a little bit more like round looking. Then with the same brown, I'm just going to go underneath the eye a little bit, where my like my eye creases, and go there to again make my eyes look a bit more like doll-like. We're gonna do the eyeliner. I think I do a little bit too much for her, but for me it's gonna be fine. Ideally you want to use like an eyebrow, not an eyebrow. You're gonna use a pencil, and I think you could probably get away with like a dark brown too. But I'm using black, and I'm just gonna go in and make the just kind of do a little line, not go crazy with it. But I don't want it to look too big, like too heavy of an eyeliner, and I'm not even going to do a wing or anything. It's just going to be like a little line above my eyebrow to make my eyes look a bit bigger, and I'm going to make it a little bit thicker right in the center of my eyeball. Okay, so that's kind of like the shape I'm going for. Now I'm going to see if I can do it on the other eye. I'm just taking mascara, I'm doing a little bit. Nothing too crazy. She's got kind of like a pinky lip, so I'm going for that with Revlon Color Stay Longwear Lip Liner. What shade is this? This is Pink Rose. So I'm going to do this to outline the shape of her lips on mine. But my lip shape isn't too drastically different from hers, so I don't really care that much about it being perfect. So, and her lips are kind of more straight to the bottom on the top. That makes any freaking sense, and if you deciphered what I said. So I feel like, because it's not going to come out, it's just going to go straight down from the cupid's bow. Kind of like that. Like that. I feel like you can see that better. Bottom lip is more curved, so I can go all the way out on that one. And I'm just filling it in. It's patchy, but it works. Then I'm also going to use like the MAC Stranger Things one, because I feel like this color is really good. It is in Excellent Erica. I don't even know if they sell this anymore. Okay, and then I'm just going to like dab it on, because I don't want it to be full gloss, because hers aren't really like super glossy from what I've seen from the trailer. So I'm dabbing a little in the center. I'm just going to mix it. And then I have to blot it out, otherwise it looks a little too glossy, so. Beautiful. That's kind of the makeup look. It's not too crazy. It's not too... Well, the eyebrows are kind of crazy. If you have bleached eyebrows, this will be much easier for you. But this is kind of her star look. Alright, I'll come back when I'm done with the hair, and then it'll be the final reveal. I wanted to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!